Hello, everybody, and welcome to the fourth episode of Chatterbox. I am Fate, and I am here with,
Emily.
and we have some very fun talking points today. We are going to be
Mhm.
diving into the past, a trip down memory lane, some would say. We're going to jump
Mhm.
into our childhood shows, childhood snacks, and games, and all the sorts of things. So, I'm pretty excited. I'm ready.
I'm so excited. I'm ready to go straight into this.
I am as well. So jumping into the first segment here, we have childhood cartoons and shows, I believe, correct?
We got some little baby pictures of us as well to
Oh
show.
yeah, those are gonna be lovely. I'll tell you what, it's gonna be very nice. But yes, jumping into the first section here, Gabriel, please hop in. Thank you. We have some baby pictures of me. Oh, I'm so cute. Everyone, get it out of your
Oh,
system. All right, get out of
that's
the
so
system, guys.
cutie.
I had a bowl cut back in the day. I still have one now, but
Yeah.
um, yeah. So I thought
Honestly, I've
could
never seen someone rock a bowl cut before, but like you actually pull it off. So
I
like
pull it
fair
off.
play.
What can I
Yeah,
say? You
you
know,
do.
what can I say? But yeah, and then a picture of me with Emily. You can see on the left there. Emily had purple hair back in the day, so there's me. Right there. Yeah, circle her right there. Thank you for
Okay.
that. Also,
That's
I'm also in a cockpit because I'm sick. So yeah. But what can I say? Bowl cut. Well, I was locked in. I was tapped in. You know. But
so
Emily,
cute.
let's see you. Let's compare and contrast here.
Little baby me.
Aw,
That's little baby me. Been a
aw.
diva since I was born.
Whoa. What are those? What are those pit beanies? Get those out of here. What's going on?
Okay, but that's my mom.
Let's
That's my
let's.
mom, and that's my brother. It's okay.
She's a traitor, Jack.
It's,
That's what she is.
n-
She's a
I
traitor.
came back eventually. We
That's
discussed
true.
this last
That's true.
episode. I made my way back
If anything,
around.
you're a traitor to Pitt.
Dude,
If anything, you actually did switch sides. So.
so- that is so mean.
Yeah,
I have
I'm
a
not
picture of
supposed
me
to help.
holding Cheez-Its. And also there's a picture of me at the One Direction concert fitted up.
Oh
I,
my goodness. Wait, is that the one with the bow in the
yeah.
hair? Wow.
Yeah, I went and I
Uh,
saw One Direction when 5 Seconds of Summer was opening for them. So if you know the One Direction culture, that is like peak time period to go see One Direction. That was when they were in their prime, and I was there.
and
So
you were there. I love
clock it.
the use of the plaid skirts. Very like very
That
Irish. Very Irish of you.
that is
Would you
my
happen to own
mom.
a what are those called? The bagpipes? Yeah.
No, I didn't own
Oh.
those. But that is my mom's favorite picture in the whole entire world because if you can't tell by a lot of these photos, I was allowed to dress myself as a kid. So I would just pick I didn't have the concept of being like these match. I would go, I like this tank top that has flamingos on it, and I like
Mm.
this skirt that is plaid and is meant to be worn in the winter, and I am going to combine them together and I'm gonna wear it.
And
And
you're gonna
that was
wear it.
like my favorite outfit ever. So
And you're fitted. So hey, what can you do?
been fitted,
Um
been a diva.
been fitted, been a diva. Yeah.
Some things
I
never
will
change.
I will say I do love the One Direction photo. It's very funny. It's very funny.
I
Just
was a headband kid. I wore headbands like almost every single day.
yeah.
So
Hey, I guess just rocking it. I guess
I
but
know. And I'm holding a box of Cheez-Its. Love Cheez-Its. Things
yeah,
never change.
things never change. I mean, speaking of Cheez-Its,
Mhm.
our first
Yes.
segment is it the food? Cheez-Its, I believe, are on
Yes.
here. Yes, it is snacks. So we have a wide variety here of hashtag Slay
Mhm.
Queen says Excite. Shout out Excite, dude. I recently friend
Okay.
requested him on Discord. I would like to say, Mom, I'm famous. I do
Oh
know
my
Excite.
god.
I do know Excite. So my rise to fame is it's here. It's on the way soon. But back on topic
Mhm.
here. These are some of the best snacks of all time.
Yes.
We have things like cosmic brownies. We have things like Cheez-Its. We have things like Gushers. We have Lunchables. We have
Mhm.
I'm trying to some of these aren't
Trix
as good.
yogurt?
Trix
What?
yogurt. Minion popsicle. We have wait, that's not a minion.
That's
That's
not
SpongeBob,
Minions.
dog. What are
That's
you talking
SpongeBob,
about?
Queen.
What are you talking about, minion? No, Excite, dude. Come on, man. Okay, but I would like to hear your out of these variety of snacks here. What is your top three?
My top. Okay,
In
I
no order,
really.
just top three.
Top three. Okay, I'm so glad
Hmm.
that you asked this. Obviously, Cheez-Its. I
Okay,
have
right.
Cheez-Its in here right now. Love Cheez-Its. Then I would go with the Ritz crackers that have the most artificial cheese you've ever tasted in your life. And they used to. Okay. They used to have that little red stick in them that's like in the picture, but then people
Yeah,
started choking on them and
right.
they got rid of it, so I couldn't spread my cheese anymore. I had to
You gotta
dip
dip.
them.
You gotta dip it now. Kind of ruin the
Yes.
whole vibe.
It did. And then
Yeah.
my third one, I included this and I made these slides. But I don't know anyone else that has eaten these, but the Pringle sticks that tasted like pizza were the best thing that Pringle has ever made in their entire life. But they discontinued them and they stuck with the classic chip or whatever, and then they went and they moved on to the crisp things. I don't know what they're doing anymore. Ever since they got rid of the sticks, they've fallen off, and the closest thing is sold at freaking Five Below now. But I love those Pringle
Yeah.
sticks so much.
I would have said Excite does raise a great questions. Where are the Capri Suns? That is a great thing. We do have.
Oh,
I do
okay.
like to mention that Kool-Aid bursts are quite sick. I do
Mhm.
like that. Just go ahead and just. I know that's Gabe on the account too, because it's just a long take. Even if it wasn't him in the call with me, and I knew it was him, I could just tell by the take that it's just him. Um, just that it's
Did y'all
disgusting.
ever try the
Oreo
Oreo
dippers, I have not.
dippers?
Yeah, who is on the View account? You know who it is. Excite. Come on. You know who it is.
For real.
My top three, though, I can go ahead and knock these out of the park really quickly. Pretty easy for
Go
me.
for it.
Cheez-Its, Gushers, Cosmic Brownies. Dub. I would
Damn,
like to
that
mention that
was
the
quick.
SpongeBob popsicles never look like that, ever.
Can we pull up a
He,
picture of what they actually look like,
yeah,
please, Gabe? Can you
Gabe,
do
pull
that?
a picture of what the actual end result of these demonic little SpongeBob sickles are. I would like to.
Yeah.
Oh, down go the cameras. Oh, we're
Oh, here we
back.
go.
But oh, we're back. Oh,
Oh,
we're
we're
gone again.
gone.
Oh, we're
Oh,
back
we're
again.
back.
Oh my goodness. Oh, jeez. Such a casting, not good reviews. That's what I'm saying, man. Just L take, just stick to what you're good at or something. I don't know. But yeah. Also, I've never seen the Fruit Loop cereal straw. That sounds bomb. I would
Really?
totally use
You've
that.
never seen
I
those?
have never seen that ever
Oh
in my
my
life.
god. Those are so good. They kind of make similar ones now. I don't know if you've ever seen them in your grocery store before, but they're like they'll sell ones that are like chocolate or like strawberry. So if you drink normal milk, they'll taste like chocolate milk or they'll taste like strawberry milk.
That
And they do
sounds
that's basically the same things with the cereal straws. It'll just taste like you're drinking
Can
like
we do a
cereal
mukbang
milk.
with all of these era of snacks, please? Production, please hook us up.
I'm
Production.
so down. That would be
Yep.
awesome.
Be awesome. Carbelly
That would be so
Josh, lock us
sick.
in. Okay. Y'all ever got the three
Mukbang.
eyes? That's what I'm saying. Yeah, yeah. They're always messed up. Are we pulling up an image here,
It
or is that
looks
not possible?
demonic.
They do. The actual versions of the SpongeBob popsicles, like what they really look like.
Yeah, what they really look like.
We
You
need
think
to.
they're gonna be cute, but they're
Yeah,
not.
they're
They're ugly
not.
and they're disgusting.
No, yeah, it's just not. Also, I'd like to also
They
mention
look
that
like
the kids' cuisine is so weird because it's like half the time it's so bomb, half the time it's just so bad. It's like hit or miss.
yeah.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, like what is that? What is that? Like
Who
these things
is
are they're
she?
it's horrible. It's I'm scared. I hate them.
Ew.
Why does that one have like crust on it? Ooh. Yeah,
Ooh.
like
Ooh.
oh my god, Excite's leaving. All right, guys, let's end stream.
Uh, we're
Oh,
done.
it's
What's the
okay.
point?
We have Dinks now. It's okay. A new Val player has
Oh,
substituted
we're
in.
so back.
And
We
so we're
are
so
so
back. We are
back.
so back. We are so back. Yeah, anyway though. But yeah, those things are the marketing team really just
Hmm.
lied. I'll tell you what.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
remember
I don't
seeing
know.
commercials for kid cuisine, and I just remember like the chocolate pudding in them always looked so good,
Hmm.
like in the commercials.
Mm-hmm.
But I was more of a Lunchables person, but that's just me.
Yeah, I don't know. I enjoyed Lunchables, but like not like a lot. I don't know. It's kind of like Little Caesars, you know. If I get it, whatever. Wouldn't choose it though.
Yeah,
Would not choose
yeah.
it though. But Anyway,
True.
moving on to our next little bits here. Um,
Mhm.
what else we have? I actually don't know the exact order of these. It is shows. We have cartoons.
Talking
So
about
while you're
cartoons.
eating your snacks, pop on the sick kick cartoons. These things are amazing.
Hmm.
We have things like Victorious. We have things like um Fairly Odd Parents. I got told a lot of my lifetime that I look like Timmy Turner. I don't know if anyone sees that. I know I have a beanie and
Who
a hoodie on right
said
now.
that?
I used to get called Timmy Turner in middle school. I think they were actually bullying me, but I thought it was kind of funny.
That
I
sounds
don't
like
know.
bullying, but also you don't look like Timmy Turner if that,
Thank you.
you know,
I've also been
resolves
referenced
some
to
trauma.
the Big Mouth character. Forgot his name. Nick from Big Mouth. I don't know if that's on. It's kind of the same ballpark. I think they just see a small white child with brown hair and like buck teeth, and it's like that's you. And I'm like, alright, bro. Anyway, though,
Wow.
yeah. So
Oh,
yeah, pull
it's
a
okay.
picture of
I
Timmy
get
Turner
compared to
here.
every ginger.
Is this?
I get
It's
compared
just
to every
fate. Is
ginger.
this? It's just fate. Yes or no?
Wow.
Don't pull up that photo.
Oh,
Don't pull up that photo. You
that
can pull
is
up.
so wrong
You
to
can
do.
pull up
That
better
is
photos
so
of that
wrong.
one. Like, okay, all right. What are we doing here, huh? Chat,
That is
chat.
so wrong.
What is the vibe here? Shout out to
You
Wonder
do not
Pets.
look
So
like
true. So true. I also don't have blue eyes, so I don't know. But we also have
Wonder
okay,
Pets is so
Jesse.
good.
It is. That is so true. Jesse is so bomb. I love Jesse.
Jesse
I
was like
actually
fine to me.
yeah,
Like
I rewatched it
controversial.
recently. I will say I did
Okay.
rewatch Jesse recently, and it really wasn't
Mhm.
great. I didn't realize how annoying the laugh tracks are, and just how like every single line feels like a joke setup, and I don't know. It's a constant like hook a joke and then like punchline and like hook of a joke and then
Yeah.
it's like bro, this writing is so bad. Oh my god, but
I
I don't
think
know. As
it's
a kid,
just
I
like
loved it.
anything that Debbie Ryan is in. You ever seen Radio Rebel? You know, and she's like, Radio, I'm
No,
Radio Rebel. That's like everything she does correlates to that. Or she's like, oh my god, I'm Justy and I messed up today.
yeah,
Shucks. I just
shucks.
can't deal with it. I
Yeah.
can't deal with it, and it makes me really mad. I was a Hannah Montana kid though. I was
Mm,
obsessed with Hannah Montana and iCarly. I had one of those
iCarly.
in iCarly they have like one of those like remotes where you can like press the sounds, it'll be like laughs or it'll be like a horn or whatever. And I had one of those and I had a microphone. And I would run around my house
Wait,
and I would
you had a soundboard?
yeah, I had my own personal soundboard.
Wow. Thank God that's not a thing
Yeah.
anymore.
Okay.
That'd be something else. Tell you what. You
That's
imagine running around the facility just vine booming on your little like soundboard? Be
I'm
sick.
gonna bring it back. I'm
Yeah,
gonna do it.
I think you should. But no. But yes,
Yes.
Paraphones. Yeah. Yeah, those were
Yes.
sick.
Oh
Those were
my gosh.
quite sick. Um,
I thought
I, w-
paraphones were so cool.
I would like another. I'm gonna bring this back. I would like another top three on these cartoons. I think this is a lot harder.
Ooh.
Um, I think there's one on here
Ugh.
you just
This is
have to put
difficult.
on there, and if you don't, I'm gonna just say it's wrong. But I would like to hear you out. There's a lot of really good ones on here. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Um, there is. I think I'm gonna put okay, Hannah Montana, iCarly, duh.
Okay.
Then I'm probably going to put hmm. It's really hard because I don't know if you did you ever watch like the channel Boomerang? Because that's where you get like
No.
Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, which was so
Okay.
good. But
Okay.
I think for like classic reason, I'm gonna hit Hannah Montana, iCarly, Kim Possible.
Okay.
That is
See,
my
I'm gonna
trio.
separate the two of when I was a kid and when I was me now. So me as a kid,
Okay.
I ate up Wonder Pets. I ate up Jesse,
Yeah,
and I
absolutely. Yeah.
also ate up probably Phineas and Ferb. But now I'd probably do like SpongeBob. Oh my god, this is hard because I low key rewatched Jesse. And it was so bad. I had to turn it off. Um, I'd say SpongeBob, Gravity Falls, and like um probably Phineas and Ferb again. But yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know. I never
Like
really
for
watched a lot of
storylines,
these.
really? For
Yeah.
storylines, like Gravity Falls is so good. Like the storyline
Hmm.
of Gravity Falls, like it honestly like clears a lot of these if
It does.
I'm
It really
being
does.
honest. But I just think like I was taking my list off of nostalgia, and I
Hmm.
had a Hannah Montana themed birthday party at one
Wow.
point. I love Hannah Montana. iCarly, I talked about having toys for her. Kim Possible, I got Kim Possible on VHS. So
Wow.
I love Kim Possible.
I
Yeah,
see that.
and she's
Yeah.
a ginger.
Big up the
She's a
gingers of
ginger.
the world. Um. Yeah, I don't know. I will say okay. The ones on here that I never really watched was low key Hannah Montana, Kim Possible, Wizards of Waverly Place. The Grim Adventures of is it Billy and Mandy? Right? Yeah. Never
Yeah.
really watched Wait Life on Deck. Never really watched Foster's. Never really watched Lizzie McGuire. Wait, is Lizzie McGuire the one with the twins? Is that the twin one?
No. What?
What's the one with like the two twins, but it's just the same actor just doing different scenes? What is that?
Liv
Help
and
me out here.
Maddie?
Yeah, Liv and Maddie. It's just the same actor. It's just the same person. I didn't know that, and it ruined me because I'm a twin, and I felt very,
Yeah.
it really hit home, and then it just was
Mhm,
ripped out of
mhm.
my chest. So I don't know. I
That
think
is
that was
sad.
that's fraudulent activity there. But
That is sad.
yeah.
Those shows that you listed are so Wizards of Waverly Place is so good. The only okay, I would have had Wizards of Waverly Place in my top 3, but the Wizards of Waverly Place movie is where it drops down for me because so
Oh.
the whole plot point of Wizards of Waverly Place is that spoiler alert, there's this whole family that is trying, they all have magic powers and they're going through a bunch of lessons or whatever,
Mm.
and in the movie they have these trials where one of the children gets to keep the powers for the rest of their life and everyone else gets stripped of them. And I could not get behind that because I wanted everyone to be wizards. Let them all have their powers.
Yeah. I see. I'm not even
So,
like I don't know. I feel like a lot of these that I didn't really watch were kind of marketed more towards like women or girls, I guess you could say.
mhm.
So I think as a kind of like, oh, I can't watch that. That's a girl show. I can't watch the girl show. I cannot do that. So like I would avoid Hannah Montana like the plague. Kind of like that's a girl show. I
Oh,
can't watch
you
Hannah
missed
Montana.
out.
I guess so. Yeah.
So,
I'd say Hannah Montana is probably one of the most famous cartoons of all time. So
it's not even like a cartoon, but it's
a
it's
lifestyle.
so good. Yeah, it is a lifestyle. Like the
Lifestyle.
entire Hannah Montana soundtrack, all the songs she came out with, she was what can I compare it to? You know what Brat did to the world now? That's what Hannah Montana did in 2010. She was the
Okay.
original Brat. If I could, she's revolutionary. I still listen to the songs
Revolutionary.
from Hannah Montana. Yeah,
Wow.
I still listen to those
Yeah.
songs.
Yeah. Um, I don't know. I never, like I said, never really into it. I don't know. And then with Whitley's Places, who is that actress? She looks so familiar.
Selena Gomez.
That is something of that. Yeah. I know her. I don't know. Yeah, I will say it is weird because Disney kind of made so many stars. You know what I mean? Like it's just
Yeah.
a lot of these actors and actresses you can see grow up until now. It's so odd. And they all sort of put on Disney Channel. Yeah, it is very weird. And half of these are all just Disney.
Yeah. Were you a Disney kid or a Nickelodeon kid?
I was probably I was a Nickelodeon kid. I said
Really?
yeah. I don't know. I say it's called Nickelodeon. It is right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, SpongeBob, Fairly Parents, iCarly, those I love all of those. I don't know what Jesse is. Just I'm pretty. That's probably the only Disney one I really religiously watch and know what kind of things on Nickelodeon. So yeah, I was very.
You don't know about Wonder Twins?
No, I love one. I was saying the company.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I was more one that's
Yeah.
and there was one show I used to watch, which was like Walk the Rank or something like that. It was I thought it was the funniest thing ever.
Oh.
Okay, I'm a Walk the Rank really quick for me. This was I love the show. It's like sleeper.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
I love the show so much. Can you are you awake? Oh, he's here. Walk the Rank. I love this a little bit later.
Oh my gosh.
I was
Yeah.
16. I was 10. But yeah, this is definitely my childhood. But I love the show. It didn't. I think it only had one season. But it was so amazing. I thought that was the funniest thing ever. And I think
Disney
it's all
XD.
wait, I'm gonna be Disney XD. What is the XD mean?
It's me laughing. I don't remember now. XD. I guess like
funny Disney.
I have no idea. I remember kicking it.
Yeah.
Kicking it.
Is it like 99? Extreme digital. Wow.
Whoa.
Apparently nothing. Thanks, Disney. Well,
Nice.
Nice. Anyway, though. Yeah, I don't know. I did love a lot of Disney stuff. I feel like it was my forte.
I was a Disney kid, but I also watched. So when I was young, I grew up like between my grandparents and like my parents' house. And when I was at my grandparents' house, I would watch a lot of the PBS Kids. So like Wild Kratts. Ever watch Wild Kratts?
Oh, I love Wild Kratts.
Yeah.
Goodness.
Yeah, I watched a lot of that in the morning. So it was like I was mostly Disney, but when I was at my grandparents, I was a PBS kid.
PBS kid, yeah. Yes. So many great cartoons. I think I feel like we grew up in a great era for cartoons. I really don't.
We definitely did. I agree.
Low key peak. But moving on to our next little bit here. We have more amazing content. Another, as you can say, peak era of YouTube. The goats of Minecraft YouTube. Now, a lot of these people kind of had a not the greatest track record nowadays, but back then, I love these.
You forget about that.
We're gonna forget about that. Yeah, we're gonna forget about Papa Ramos. We're gonna forget about Skydoes Minecraft. That's not real. Okay?
Yeah.
This is also. I just realized all the Minecraft YouTubers have like the same like profile picture.
They literally did. Every single one of them was like copy and paste.
Why do they do that? Yeah, why do they do this?
I still like
yeah, Team Crafted. I loved them so much. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I really only watched 4 of the 7. Like, I don't really care about like Mudkip or like the guy. What was the guy with like the hair in front of his name or hair in front of his face?
I honestly, I don't remember any of them. I remember them, but like, I remember Jerome, I remember Bayesian Canadian, I remember Skydoes Minecraft, and I remember
Sunday.
Hello? Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Those are the things I also like only really care about. Like Sunday, Skydoes Minecraft, Bayesian Canadian, Jerome ASF. Those were my guys. The other 3, I know Mudkip, and I know. I forgot. I feel like I know the guy with the swoop in front of his hair. His name. I think he sold his channel for like a couple mil or something like that. He sold his channel.
Really?
For like millions of dollars. It was insane.
Oh my gosh, I did not know about that.
Just for like the subs and stuff. I never watched Stampy though. If I'm being honest here.
Really?
Is that fraudulent of me?
That's like no, that's not fraudulent. That's just like sad. He created this whole world, and it was so cute. And it was like he would with his viewers, he had like a little like garden, and he would like put a rose for one of his viewers every day. He would like make cake. It was kind of like if you would imagine a kids show, but in Minecraft, if that makes sense. That was like the vibe. It was so fun.
I definitely grew up on Sunday more than anybody, and I will say, going back to his content, because he's still posting. I think he's one of the few people on this list that is still very actively posting. But now he does like Among Us brain rot videos, and it's just not the same, dog. You know, it's just obviously I've grown up, and he's kind of kept the whole like little kid theme, and I don't know what the kids of today's what this generation's watching is just not as peak as what we were watching.
Yeah. I watched Skydoes Minecraft like probably like I would say probably the most out of this, mainly because of my brother. And I remember like I don't know how much you watch Skydoes Minecraft, but I remember when he did his like prison videos, and it would be like they'd basically be like role playing and they try and escape the prison. Those videos were peak. Those videos were so good.
Yeah, that was like, oh my god, the cops and robbers.
Yes, cops and robbers.
I loved cops and robbers. Yeah, this is 12 years ago. I'm looking at one of those now. Yeah, they had like Bayesian Canadian and Sunday, and this map. Like, oh my goodness. And to be fair, the plot was like the same every time, but it was
Yeah,
peak. It really was peak.
it was. Yes, I can't believe
Like
that's
looking back
12
on it
years ago.
now,
Oh my god.
I don't know. I feel like YouTube has changed so much. Like if you posted this today, you get like 10 views and no one will watch it because there's just no editing. It's just like
True.
basically raw footage, you know.
Yeah, it is. That's
But
so
back in the day,
true.
this got 20 million views and bro made like 10 grand on the video. So like
True.
wow. Um,
And he made a diss track against KSI
yeah,
later
and
on.
then he also what did he not to bring this up, but what did he do again? Was someone with his significant other, correct? I
Yeah,
forgot
it
exactly what
was.
had happened. But yeah, poor guy. I don't know exactly what happened there, but I know something went down. I remember hearing about it and being like, not my goat. There's no way, right? um,
Go!
but yeah,
Not
it,
my
it was
Minecraft
it was
YouTuber.
quite saddening. I don't know. I will say a lot of Minecraft YouTubers definitely have a really bad rap for just doing stupid things. I don't know.
Yeah. The NTDM has stood the test of time though. He has
He
like a
has.
wife and kids and
So was
he's
I mean,
chilling.
Sunday has as well, I'd say, and I guess basically Canadian. To be fair, a lot of them, except for excluding popular MMOs and Sky Does Minecraft, have had like a just
Mhm.
amazing reputation. And then LD Shadow Lady, my sister loved LD Shadow Lady. I think she's also
She is
chilling.
yeah, she's good. She's living her life. She still has pink hair and she's still like she's married and she's fine.
Heck yeah.
But her videos were so good. She was like the main girl Minecraft YouTuber for the most part. Like if you were a girl and you were watching Minecraft,
Oh
you're
yeah.
probably watching LD Shadow Lady.
I would.
And she had that series like Crazy Craft and it's basically just modded Minecraft, but it was so good. And also she has like the softest, like sweetest
I
British
know.
voice ever that is so good to listen to. She's so perfect.
I would like
I
to
think she still
mention
posts
that.
Minecraft.
Yes, I would say I'm bringing that down. She actually her
Mhm.
content now is like the same exact thing, but just like kind of more modernized in like the editing style and like the thumbnails. But like
Yeah.
she's still up in the same exact stuff, like SMP stuff with like modded with her little pink hair Minecraft
Mhm.
character, and it's the same
Yeah.
vibe. It's just instead of like like older stuff, it's just like new modern. She just posts like all the time. She probably posts like 3 to 4 times a month, so maybe weekly with some breaks in between. But she's still posting
Yeah.
and active, which is amazing, and it's still
Shout
getting great
out.
viewership. I mean, Homegirl's last 4 videos got 600K, 800K, 1.6 million, 1 million.
Okay.
Like she's bringing in the bag still.
You go, LD Shadow
Yeah, you go
Lady.
LD
You
Shadow
go,
Lady. That's my
girl.
goat right there, dude. Yeah, I used to watch her stuff a little
True.
bit. My sister was
Mhm.
definitely way more into her than I was.
Yeah,
Yeah, she definitely was like the girl Minecraft YouTuber, 100%.
she was. The only other like girl Minecraft YouTuber that I watched is was Stacy Plays, and she would play Minecraft with Joey Graceffa, if you know
Hmm.
who that is. And I watched her because she had this whole series called Dogcraft, which basically the entire point of the series was modded Minecraft again. And there's every breed of dog in the
Aw.
game, and you could just go and like tame every dog, and that was her goal. And I would watch every episode, and there was like over 100 episodes of it. It was
Oh yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, I will say like I
Isn't
don't know.
that
I think just the basicness of old YouTube is what made it so nice. You could just like
yes, absolutely.
and obviously it still exists nowadays, but I think the short I hate to be this guy, but the short form content like
Yeah,
popularity has kind of ruined the whole like enjoying just like raw footage let's plays, you know what I
mhm,
mean? To where now if you posted that
yeah,
it's just not gonna hit, it's just not gonna hit the same. I don't know.
yeah. Well, videos now are very like they have to grab attention spans
Attention.
are
Yeah, you
so
have to
little
have
now.
an intro, you have to have a
Yeah,
hook, you have to have all like high
yes.
editing, all this stuff.
It's like I think of YouTube now is very like Mr. Beast, where it's like your
Yes.
voice is super high and you're snapping and you got subtitles and
Yep.
you got boom 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 and that's like
Yeah,
all
the
that it is and it's like
subtitles, oh my
whoa.
goodness, subtitles are everywhere. And like
Yes.
it's even with streaming, because streaming is literally just raw footage. Like if
Mhm.
you look up the most popular streamers, I'm popping a cast and ask him, he's gonna be like lighting fireworks in his room with like ice
Yeah.
spice and like I'm like, what
Yes.
is going on? Like what is happening,
Yeah.
dog? And like I don't know, or even
Exactly.
like gaming streamers, like it's just, and I'm gonna keep it real, I fall under the same category, but it's just like yelling excitement, like oh my
Yeah.
god, and it's just like I don't
Mhm.
know, it's so funny, but it's just like the meta nowadays.
Mhm. Yeah. I miss when people would just YouTubers would just like breathe and it was just like
Yeah,
chill.
I
And it
know.
was like just
It's
just go take a
vibe.
breath. Like it's
Just
okay.
yeah, just it's okay. Don't worry. It's like they just
Yeah,
do like I don't
exactly.
know. It's like they just do like 3 cups of coffee and then they just open the stream, open the video, whatever.
Probably. And I mean, like, no hate to the people that do that. Like, that's the thing now. So, like, no
I
hate. It's
do
all in
it.
the game. Exactly. It's
Yeah.
all in the game. It's all in the numbers. You do you. It's
Mhm.
just like this era that we're talking about is very like not only is it nostalgic, but like when you look at the timeline of YouTube, it is very like peak YouTube. Because this was also like they were doing when they were doing like YouTube rewinds. You and I were like in the prime of YouTube rewinds when they were
Oh yeah.
actually good before they fell off.
Yeah, they fell off really, really hard actually. It was a very fast fall off in
Yeah.
reality. Um like the one
Yes.
what was one that got like canceled? I don't know what that one was, I forgot. And I think they like redid it or something like that. Like Mr. Beast redid it.
Was it?
I
Oh no! Was
it
it?
was
It was it the one where they were like around the campfire
yeah,
and they
yeah, yeah.
were saying like YouTube Rewind needs this. No, YouTube Rewind needs this.
That's the one.
And
Yep.
then yeah, I think Mr. Beast
Yeah,
redid it.
Gabe.
I know
Yeah, Gabe.
PewDiePie also
Can we
redid.
pull that up real quick? Pull this this
Yeah.
YouTube rewind up a little bit, just to kind of show a little bit. I'm pretty sure
Mhm.
it'll be the most popular one. I'm pretty sure it was like 2022 or one maybe.
I think PewDiePie
Hold on.
also redid a YouTube Rewind at one point, if I'm not mistaken. Because YouTube Rewinds like after a while they just started falling off and then it got to a point where every year people would just hate on them and they're like, okay, we're just
Yeah.
not
Oh no,
doing them
it
anymore.
was 2018. Snob, yeah, the PewDiePie snub. He also wasn't
Mhm.
in it at all, which just makes no sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2018. It was so. Oh my
Some
god,
things
good
are just better
blocker.
together.
Invest. Now let's peep this here. Oh, this yeah, this one that PewDiePie did. Yeah.
Yeah.
This bro just was not in
It's
the thing.
rewind time. You know,
Which makes no sense to
I know.
start off with. To not have him
I
in
want
it,
it
like
to
that's
be-
crazy.
an actual rewind.
Yeah. Also, it was like also just like a bad rewind. They just did not cover any of the actual
Yeah.
topics of the year, and it was like just I don't know. That's back when like
Yeah.
YouTube was like really like hated as a company, you know.
Mhm.
I don't think it's like that nowadays, but like back then, I feel like everyone hated YouTube. Yeah, yeah. And this is
Mhm.
the top one there is that's not it either. I actually don't know where it is. No, this wasn't the one that everyone was talking about. I just found it earlier. Wait, what? Where did the 2018 one go? Go to 2018. That's the one where they're like around the campfire and everyone was like revolting it.
They might have deleted it,
That one. There
honestly.
it is. The first one.
Oh, they didn't. Oh my
Yeah, that one.
gosh.
Everyone controls rewind. This thing was so buns. I see Ninja.
No,
Right? Yeah,
everyone
Ninja was on
should.
like the battle bus, right?
Yes. Oh, that's hot. That's hot.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Ah,
it's
rewind
rewind
time.
time.
Yes.
Yeah, if I control
If
rewind,
I control
I would
rewind,
want
I would want
Fortnite and
Fortnite!
Money Brownlee.
like, bro, it's like the stupidest. Oh my god, it was so bad.
Will Smith, we know you do not want
this what you
Fortnite,
wanted?
dude. That's
you know
not
who
what
I would have asked
Facts.
for?
Quit horsing around. Play me some of that jumping.
I will
music.
say,
Okay.
Ninja, old Ninja was
You
so
said
peak. I
jumping
loved
music?
Ninja back in the day. That was my guy, dude.
Yeah.
Isn't Gabe in this too? Gabe, weren't you on this one? Pretty sure Gabe was in the 2018 rewind. Back when he was like 30.
Yeah, probably. We'll see him somewhere in here, I bet.
He'll be in here somewhere. He's probably like a background
Yeah.
somewhere.
Is this my group?
Yeah,
know.
probably.
But like half of people, I don't even know who they are. Like I don't even.
Oh, Liza Koshy. Oh, my gosh.
goodness, that's a throwback. This is a throwback.
That is.
Apparently,
I forgot she
Yeah, here was the
existed. Oh my
campfire.
rewind this year.
downfall.
Do whatever
Yeah,
we want.
big downfall.
What do
It just gets worse. Yeah. I don't know about all this, dude. Let me be real.
Yeah.
Casey Nice Tats? Oh my goodness. Oh my god. Wait, was 2018 the year of Gangnam Style, or was that before?
What? No, that was way before.
When was really? When was
That's way
Gangnam
before.
Style?
Yes, that's like 2014, maybe.
No way it was that long ago. That was
Yes.
2012. Oh my god, really? Map height in the pizza on the ground was peak. Marcus Brownlee. Y'all ever lick the plate after some good food? No.
Yeah,
You?
it's like pasta.
What?
If there's like pasta sauce, yeah. Why is that so weird?
I would say that I liked the animation bits. They had some peak animators.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
That's.
Maybe not all of these, but you know. Yeah,
They
bro, I don't know why
fuck with
Will
YouTube
Smith was so
Rewind.
like. Why was he there, dude? Like, what was he's not even. Like, what's he doing?
These don't make any sense at all. They just try and like funnel
Yeah.
in as many people as they possibly can. And
know.
like originally they were so good when they had like when they did like Gangnam Style and when they had like Rhett and Link and like Smosh
I
were
kind of
in
miss
them.
them though.
Like
Like,
yeah, I
I
do
kind of wish they'd
too.
keep doing them.
Well, they were so good, but then I think they tried to like this concept of like every year it needs to be better and like it needs to be crazier,
Yeah.
but it's really like it's a fun video where you just get a bunch of your favorite YouTubers together and you're like recapping the year. It doesn't need to be like crazy and you don't need to reinvent it every
I
time.
agree. KSI with a fidget
KSI with the
spinner was
fidget
peak.
spinner
So
was peak.
true. So
True.
true. So true.
That was like one of the best YouTube rewinds. When he like has
Yeah.
a fidget spinner and then like the train is coming by. That's so
Yes.
good.
Yeah. It was
The
with
Dolan twins
with
were
the
in that.
Kendrick Lamar song.
Yes.
Yeah, that was peak.
Exactly.
That was like what
That was peak.
2017, 18? Because that's when around when that album came out
We
for Kendrick
just
Lamar,
watched
right?
2018.
So it's
It was
2017.
probably
Yeah,
yeah,
2017.
it's probably
Probably the one.
2017 or like 2016. I bet.
Or actually, it
It's
might have
big.
been after. Because didn't the album? I'm gonna say a cuss word here, guys. Didn't the album Damn come out in 2018?
No, I thought the time
Mm,
because after that YouTube rewind after the 2018 YouTube rewind in 2019 they just did like they didn't have YouTubers in it necessarily. It was just like a recap, like a countdown, like top
yeah.
10
It was kind of
whatever.
odd.
And then I don't know if they did a 2021. I think they just stopped after that.
Yeah, probably just L viewership, you know. But moving on from the glorious YouTube era, the golden YouTube era, some might call it, myself included there.
Yes,
We have
absolutely.
games. So many great
Games!
games. Now, okay, if I'm being honest, I would not call this peak gaming, in my personal opinion. I think like 2018 to 2020 was for me peak gaming, but this was amazing.
Yeah.
Top three that kind of stand out for me here is Skylanders, Minecraft, and Little Big Planet. I loved those games. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say my top three was like I've talked about it a bunch in WVU esports, but I love Webkins. And
Webkins.
I also was a huge Skylanders player. And honestly, I have a lot of memories playing Wii Sports. Even like during the pandemic, my family had a Wii Sports night where we made pizzas and we played Wii Sports together, and that was epic. And
That does sound pretty cool.
Even Wii Sports has stood the test of time. Where even like when I played it, what was that, like 4 years ago? It's still good. Wii
It
Sports
is.
still hits.
Well, because I feel
And
like
I'm
Wii
back on
Sports.
my Webkins grind as well.
I feel like Wii Sports kind of like is I don't know. It's so because Wii as a console is like it's like I don't know how to describe it. It's different. You know, you're like you're standing up and you're doing
Yeah.
stuff and all that. You know, I don't know. It's so much fun.
It's very
Yeah,
interactive.
I remember I had a whole like case of Skylanders, and I'd make my parents buy them at GameStop all the time. I'd be like, "Mom, can
Yeah.
I get the mushroom? He's like a poison character, and I can combine him with the other character, and I can make
Yeah.
duo. And oh, the giants just came out. Mom, can I get the fire giant, please? Can I please get the fire giant?"
Yes.
And I'd beg her, and they were like 15, 20 bucks per Skylander, not cheap. And I had a whole thing of them. I probably had a grand in Skylanders.
Yes.
Love that.
When I played Skylanders with my brother, and we had one of those like tall like tower cases that you could like open up, and it was filled with Skylanders. I always played as Stealth Elf, or
Oh yeah.
if you know who those are, but
I
those
do.
were always the characters that I played. And then my brother would pick the ones that were like actually important for whatever we were doing in that moment. I just had the ones that I liked to play.
Hold on. I need to get on Skylanders here. My sister would always play the gym dragon, like the crystal dragon. I forgot what her name was. Um, I'm getting so much nostalgia. The music for this game as well. I think if you put it on, I think I'd cry on stream. I love the music for this
Oh
stuff
my
so
gosh.
much.
Yes.
This really hits home. Oh my god, trigger happy, bro. Stop.
Mhm.
There was just This is just like this
Ashwing?
might be peak.
Yes.
Definitely
Skylanders
ahead of
was
its
so
time.
good.
Yeah. Oh my god,
We
jetpack.
I have a Skylanders poster, bro. I wish I had a Skylanders poster so bad. We have Disney Infinity up here for games, and I always saw like the commercials for Disney Infinity, and I was like, that's cool. But I played Skylanders first, and in my mind, Disney Infinity was ripping off Skylanders, and so
They were.
I was a loyal customer, and I was sticking with Skylanders, and I was not going to the traders over at
I
Disney
played both,
Infinity.
but I remember this made me so mad. I remember one of my friends' moms told my mom that stop getting your son Skylanders because Disney Infinity is gonna come out and no one's gonna play Skylanders anymore. And I thought, this person, how dare you tell me that no one's gonna play Skylanders?
Yeah.
It's a single player game and I'm gonna play it. Like what? I don't
Yeah.
know how this works. I'm just
Skylanders has no fans. I'm dead.
That's what I'm saying. Like Disney Infinity was okay, but it wasn't no Skylanders.
Yeah.
Also,
I
it
would
was
go-
sandboxy. It wasn't even like story based.
Yeah. I would go to Toys R Us and I would get Skylanders. Back when Toys R Us was still alive and kicking it. But I would go to Toys R Us, I would get my Skylanders, I would go to play Skylanders with my brother. It was perfect. And there's only one thing that comes even close to my heart, which is Webkins.
Yeah, I feel like and a little bit kind of. Did you ever play that?
I've never played it, but I recognize the little guy. If that makes you feel better.
A little bit. I remember you used to go like you had like a little like hub, and you played this game. You could like spray every single wall on the thing. And it was amazing. And I would just there's like some little like games that like if you play the game music, I was like sleep raging like
Yeah.
I think a little bit of one of those. But yeah. Audio is broken. Yeah, I think it's broken for a little bit. Not gonna lie. Help production. But yeah, and Papa's games. Oh my goodness.
There are so many of those. Like there's Papa's Mania. Didn't know that was a thing. But Papa's Freezeria was like the tried and true. And that was like the one that I would play it on my iPad is what I would do. And that is so good.
Yeah, it really was. I love those games. I had a friend in high school who still played them and had every single Papa's game, every single one.
Oh my gosh!
And she'd show me all of her different like restaurants and be like, this is the one. And I'm like, wow, you put this stuff for your years, haven't you? Like she was like deep in the Papa war.
Yeah.
Like what? But
that was a FNAF before FNAF was around. It was Papa's Freezeria.
Same vibe, same exact vibe.
Yeah.
You know, just
But all they need is animatronics really
exactly. But I would say, what is your top three here?
Yeah, I said Skylanders for kids and Wii Sport because it's still time. What was your top three?
I love Minecraft, Skylanders. I would say Plants vs. Zombies, the original game, I didn't really care for a lot, but the Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare, like the FPS they dropped, peak. Love it. Was so good.
Yeah, I have Plants vs. Zombies for my DS, because my DS was my first ever console. I don't know about you, but played it on my DS, and then I also played it on my iPad a lot.
Yeah. Shout out to DS. I have the
Yeah,
DS 3. I'm young.
the DS Lite and Pink was what I had. I still have my DS as well.
Yeah. I don't have mine. I have not. It's probably in a box in my mom's garage, and it's probably dead. But I remember I used to have the Nerve case and it had a foam on it, and I'd pick the foam and I'd like destroy it. Just just an evil villain. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but
so
yeah.
dark and twisted.
So just dark and twisted, a little inside my mind, my dimension mind. But yeah, no. I would say this is like among peak gaming, but I don't know. To me, maybe I'm biased, but to me, like, I don't. This is gonna sound bad, but like Prime Fortnite, that was I don't know. That time it hits. It really do hit. Like 2020 to like 2018, or I say 2017 to 2020 was peak.
I feel like, to me, this is like I don't, in my mind, this is like 2014, 2016 gaming, like this kind of era here. And for me, I always feel like, I mean, I would say there's way better games out there that are like way more peak than some of these games. But
Yeah.
for sense of nostalgia, like this era has a very special place in my heart. But there's definitely like
I do agree with that. But moving on to our next segment here. Very interested. We have toys/trends. Many toys and trends in this era. Very fun.
There were.
I feel like this is. Let's have you kind of touch on this a little bit. I feel like a lot of these were more you than me.
Yeah, they were my thing. So we got some silly bands. I was a big collector of silly bands when I was younger. I think there's a photo of me in second grade when I'm like with my second grade teacher, and my entire both of my forearms are covered in silly bands from wrist to the top to the like under my elbow.
Wow.
I'm covered in silly bands, and I would never take them off. They would just stay there, and I loved them so much. I still have some silly bands as well.
Are you still wearing them right now?
I have different bracelets. I've grown.
She's grown up.
Crystal bracelets.
Now she has crystal bracelets. That is the pipeline for events there.
It is. If you like silly bands, you like crystals now.
Yeah. So some of these on here that I personally rocked with heavy were Tech Decks and Beyblades. Those were my addition to this little thing here. Do we have the It's Just Fate at 8 years old, however old I was, Tech Deck flip? Can we pull that up anywhere? Do we have that? I would like to showcase the chat my shove it. Great. I need to showcase the chat my shove it. It was so sick, and everyone in chat's gonna say, "Wow, this guy's sick. I want to sub." That's what they're gonna say.
Yeah, they're gonna go, "Oh my gosh!"
They're gonna go, "Oh my
god,
god,
that was epic."
That was so cool. No,
they can't see me.
Oh my goodness.
They don't even know what I look like right now. I could be doing anything.
I'm
holding up a number, chat. Guess what number I'm holding
chat,
up?
How many fingers am I holding up? Chat, how many fingers am I holding up? Guess.
Take a guess.
Take a guess. It's 5-1.
You're never gonna know.
Maybe I do both hands and it's 1 to 10, or maybe it's 0 to 10. Maybe I just hold up 2 fists right now. You have clue.
They wouldn't know. They have no idea.
They have no clue. They're really left in the dark right now.
I know.
Dark right now. I mean, honestly,
I love this show.
I love this show. Shout out! Do you know who that is?
No.
It's the goat. It's the goat Willow Mason right there. Shout out!
Really? Are you serious?
Shout out Willow Mason, honestly.
That's Willow. Hi, Willow.
Mason. Shout out the goat.
I did not know that was Willow. Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah.
Hi, Willow.
Big fan of the show.
That got me really excited.
Biggest fan. I know you were pumped. You're like, what?
Really?
No, she even highlighted the message.
Hi, Willow. I love you. Willow.
Amazing, guys. Love the energy here. I really do. But anyway, while we wait for production to pull up the amazing Tech Deck Shove It, another thing on here that I personally was never a big fan of, Musically. What's your take on Musically?
What? Okay, I was a Musically stunter. I love Musically. Was I allowed to have Musically? No. Do my parents even know that I have Musically? I don't know, but they're probably watching right now. So
We're
this
watching
is
right
them
now.
finding out that this is them finding out that I had Musically.
Grounder.
Video. No.
Oh my goodness!
Oh,
Holy!
oh my
Oh
god!
my god!
Oh my god!
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my goodness! That was so sick. Oh
That
my
was
god!
crazy. That was literally crazy. That was
Oh
literally
my
crazy.
god! Lucas Fotazo actually come on TikTok. By the way, no, I do not. I'll pull it up right now. I'll check right now. I bet I
That's
don't
really
have that.
crazy.
I'm gonna prove you wrong right
That's
this
really
instant.
crazy.
Wait.
Should I
Let me prove it to myself. What if she's right though?
I'll
Imagine.
look at what my screen in solidarity. I'll look at what my
4 hours and 21 minutes of screen time on TikTok.
wow.
I have 12 hours
I'm really
on.
proud of
Okay.
you.
Most of my hours are on Clash of Clans.
Okay.
Actually, I actually have more hours on Clash of Clans than I have anything else. So, yeah.
That's okay.
And I have
I don't
30
know if
minutes
we
on
should be
Uber.
sharing
That is
that.
all from last night when I was ordering Taco Bell. Took me half an hour to order my Taco Bell order. I guess I don't know, but
$75 worth of Taco Bell.
yeah, my
Crazy.
$75 Taco Bell order. You're on
Yeah.
TikTok longer than you're at work. That is true.
Oh, she clocked you, and
She did kind of clock me.
you, and
She did kind of
clocked
clock me.
you.
Yeah, that's bad. But
That's
I mean,
embarrassing. Anyways,
I know.
Musically, we're talking about
Yeah.
Musically.
Yeah,
So, Musically is, if you don't know, Musically was the precursor of TikTok.
Mhm.
And when I was in school, Musically was obviously a big thing. So if you were good at Musically, this equated to you
You were
being
cool.
popular.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were cool. And so I took this as my opportunity where I love a camera. I love doing a little lips. I was like 12 years old and I was basically doing a thirst trap at that point. Didn't even know what a thirst trap was, but I was basically doing one. And that's why if you go to my TikTok account, like if someone were to find my TikTok account, it says that I have 32,000 likes on it because of Musically, because I was doing Musically, and it was like Musically was the era of where you were doing like transitions
Oh
and
yeah.
stuff like that. So like if you
Oh
had
my
like a hoodie
god.
on and you would go and you'd have it out of your hand. I would do
What was the
stuff like that.
trend where like you do like the ugly and they'd have like the dots of like lotion on their face with like glasses and they'd be
Oh,
like and then
don't
they
judge
like
me
do like the
challenge or
thing.
whatever
Yeah,
it
yeah,
was.
and then it like come back they have like all this like stuff on. They're like
Yes.
it's like, bro,
Okay.
what are we doing, bro? Like, oh my god, stop.
I didn't do that. I was just thirst
Yeah,
trapping because I
you
like to
did.
see
All
how
right,
I look.
Gabe, let's pull up the old Musically videos of Emily real quick.
No,
got
they're
those on
wiped
hand,
from the
right?
web.
Got those on hand, right?
No,
Can you imagine? Yeah,
they're
we actually did
wiped from
some
the
digging. We actually have 4 Emily videos back in 2016 of Musically.
I would projectile vomit on stream
Yeah.
if you suddenly pulled up a video of me from Musically and said you
Yeah,
did me dirty.
that'd be bad. I mean, yeah, a lot of those were I will say like I mean even for the time a lot of them were cringy. Like you know what I mean?
Oh
I think a lot of
yeah.
people and I don't know. It's just when you give a middle schooler social media, bad things just be arc rated. So
I said this before, I've been a diva since I was born. Musically was my excuse to be an extra diva, and I took it and I ran with it, but now it's dead. And now it's TikTok, so.
now it's in the ground and now it's TikTok, which apparently I spend more hours
Yeah.
on than I spend working. So you know. If you got that dang phone, you put all the hours that you got on that phone to
It's
your
that
homework.
dang phone of yours!
You'd be an
It's
A
that
plus
dang
student right now.
phone!
You got off that dang phone of yours, it's rotting your brain. You know, so. But yeah, a lot of these trends were quite peak. I didn't have most of these. Like, I didn't. I knew Silly Bands, American Girl my sister had, Furby my sister had, American Monster High my sister had. So I was exposed to a lot of these, but I personally was not a consumer of the product. I was just a spectator, one could say. But yeah,
I had almost all of these except for Monster High dolls. I was not allowed to have Monster High dolls or Bratz dolls. I was only allowed to have Barbies. So I only played with. Oh my god.
that's so true. I forgot about that.
And
Oh
Barbie
my
had done
god, I
a
forgot about that.
duet with him.
Bro, okay, let me give context. Okay. So back in the day, I was like, I don't know, like 10, and I think it was like Shawn Mendes, and it was like Shawn Mendes invited you to do a duet, like, and I thought like, oh my god, Shawn Mendes personally invited me to do a duet. So I was like, mom, can I go to the car right now and do a duet with
Oh
Shawn
my
Mendes? And she was like, no way, did Shawn Mendes personally send you that invite? I'm like, yeah, it says it right here, mom. It says Shawn Mendes invited you to a duet. And I'm like, holy. I get in the car, I'm pumped. I open the video, and it looks like a live video. He's like, hey, how are you doing? I'm like, hi, Shawn Mendes. Hi, Shawn Mendes. He's like, we're going to sing together. And I'm like, yeah, we are. And we start singing. And then at the end of the video, before I post it, I realize that everyone was doing the same thing. And my little heart was crushed. I was pranked. I walked the prank. It was horrible. And I don't think
That is so
since that moment, I think I
sad.
lost all childhood joy and whimsy. I think I'm now, everything went downhill from there in reality.
That is so sad. That's
I
like,
was so pumped.
oh my God. Selena Gomez did the same thing.
They all,
She
every like celebrity
when
did
she
it. They
released
they
Tell 'Em with
trolled us.
Kindness.
I know they trolled us.
She
I saw,
got you.
I
That
actually,
is so sad.
it really was. I saw a TikTok of that recently of some girl bringing that like one of those videos back from the dead, and I was like, wow, I recall
Yeah.
doing this too. That's like that's like a core memory right there. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, that is
Crazy,
so
my sister
sad.
just like called me out like that, but I mean, hey, here we are.
Oh, I'm so glad that she did. I'm so glad. You wanted to sit here and you wanted to hate on me for having Musically? Well, you're arguably more embarrassing. So
No, whoa, wait! I didn't do no dances. The dances were the worst part. I was
you did.
tricked.
Did I say I did a dance?
I was tricked and I was fooled. Okay, fool me once, shame on you. All right. Now if this happened a second time, I'm the idiot. Okay. I was young and I was impressionable and I was taken advantage of by Shawn.
Okay.
No, I can't say that. Sorry. um, I hate Shawn Mendes.
No, hold on. Take it back.
Oh,
Take it back.
wait, cancel that. Wait, speaking of Monster High, Emily looks like Frankie's personality. Wait, what? Has
Really?
Frankie's personality. I don't know Frankie's personality, I'll be honest
I
with
don't
you.
remember which one.
Wasn't there a show?
Oh, she was my favorite Monster High girl.
Aw. Aw.
Willow. I love
Shout
Willow
out.
Mason.
Shout
Shout
out
out
Willow
Willow Mason.
Mason. Shout out Willow
You're the love
Mason.
of my life.
Shout out Willow Mason. But moving on to
She's
our
perfect.
next topic here. We have one that I'm actually quite excited for. We have story time.
Story time.
We have story time. Emily, you were really excited to tell this in the meeting we had, so I would like you to go ahead and start us off here.
Okay. Do you want to go like back and forth with stories? Because I have some stories that I'm ready.
Here
Okay.
I can tell you if you want to. You want to start or want me to start?
Well, you just said you wanted me to start, so I am
I
ready
did
to
say
start.
that. You're right. I did say that. Go ahead.
Okay, so the first story that I'm going to tell is the story. This is the story of how I broke my arm. You remember that segment that they
Mm,
did on Disney where they're like,
mm,
"This is the story of how I cartwheeled across America." This is the story of how I broke my arm. So, when I was younger, I took karate classes. Okay, I
mm.
feel like a lot of kids tend to do that.
Yeah.
So I
Some
was
get
in
black belts at 9. Some get black belts at 9.
I was a black belt. I got to a black belt. I don't know what age, but I did get to one. Anyways, so I loved karate.
Mm,
And I was at my house and I was just, walking around my house and my dad was on a business call. And so it's at my old house. I moved. But there was like the foyer. So there's the
yeah.
front door. There was like a little rug and then my dad. And my dad was standing like in front of the rug. He did not have his feet on the rug at all. This was really important. There was no weight. There was nothing holding the rug
Oh
down.
no. Oh no.
So, so I saw my dad on the business call, and
Yeah.
I saw that there was a gap between him and the door. And this just
Mm.
so happened to be where the rug was. And I was like, oh my god, he's on a business call right now. It would be so funny if I did a karate kick basically at his butt because that was where my leg would have gone because I'm that age. And so he's on the phone. He's taking care of business. He's trying to provide for his family. And I say, this
Yes.
is my time to shine.
You're here to ruin it.
So exactly. And so I go behind him and I go to do the kick and I like jump off of one leg. And when I jump, that is when the carpet basically, like the little rug, slides out from under me. And then I go and I fall on top of my arm. And then I break it. I break my arm trying to karate kick my dad in the butt. And then I'm there crying. He's still on the phone, trying to take care of business, provide for his family.
He's like
And he has
Emily, a little quieter. Break your arm a little quieter for me.
yeah, basically. No, he picks me up, and my mom is in the kitchen, and she's washing dishes, and he goes and she hands me over to my mom, and I had to go to the hospital, and I had a
Lesson
bright
of the story: karate
path.
wasn't really your thing, I guess. That black belt. That's a fraudulent black belt you own. I like to say that. Fraudulent.
That is,
Fraudulent.
you know what? Sure, I couldn't even protect myself from a
No.
rug, so I
Rug
guess
1, Emily 0.
basically, and so I broke my arm, and I had a bright pink cast, and I still took karate after that, I'll have you know, and I would go to karate classes with my cast, and so I couldn't, like punch with this arm. I was just working out
That would suck.
my one arm. So
Did you
that's
have
my
people
first.
sign it?
Um, I think I only had some people sign it. I wasn't like a big person on having like a bunch of people sign it because I was always worried that I was like, okay, well, I don't know this person really well. What if they sign my cast and then what if I end up hating them? So only and I had to have this on my
Mm.
body. So
It
only
was
really
very like
special people got.
personal. Only special people. Yeah.
Yes, it was signing my cast was very sacred.
Yes.
Mm.
I mean, yeah.
That's
Hey,
my first
falling
one.
means you once flew. So hey, shout out.
Isn't that the truth?
There,
Isn't it? She
there
has
was
my
a split
back.
second where you were in the air with your foot up and you looked like the Karate Kid. There was a small
Yeah, and it
frame where
was
that was the
probably
case.
really sick.
And
It was
then 5
probably
seconds
really
later, you
sick.
were on the ground with a broken arm. But there was a time. You know, you flew too
There was
close
a
to the sun,
moment,
Emily. You did. I would like to
like
describe.
Icarus.
I would like to describe the moment where my basketball career ended. Okay, that's where I'm gonna do this. So all through middle school, I love basketball. Right. Everyone was I was about the same height as all the kids. I played point guard, and I wasn't the best, but I wasn't bad. My first year, I was really bad. I didn't score a single point my first year of basketball. Okay, I
That's
just
really
rode
sad.
the bench and I sucked. Second year, I tapped in. Okay, I learned how to shoot. And oh my goodness, we have a gifted from Willow to Gyro. Shout out, big up
Ow,
Willow.
thank you, Willow.
Big up Willow for the
That
one
is
gift
so
to
sweet.
Gyro. Big up. Yeah, shout out, dude. But
Thank you,
I
Willow. That's very sweet.
I second year I was much better, right? And so
Yes.
going into the 7th grade, I didn't score. 8th grade was better. Going into 9th grade year, I'm pumped to play, right? Then COVID
Okay.
happens and I can't play basketball, but I'm still grinding. I'm outside on my little basketball hoop with my cinder blocks at the back of it. I'm shooting, right? I'm practicing. I'm trying to be
Okay.
that white boy in the corner, leading my my school in 3-point percentage. Shout out Gabe, and I'm pumped. And I remember sophomore year comes around, lockdown's lifted. I'm like, I'm sitting in class. I hear on the intercom,
Mhm.
basketball tryouts this evening in the gym. I'm sick. I call my
Oh
mom.
my
I'm like,
gosh,
Ma,
crazy.
I'm gonna be late today. Don't pick me up. I'm gonna go do basketball tryouts. Okay, so give me like an hour or two. Let me cook. Mom's like, all right, I'll pick your sister up and we'll go home and then just text me when you're done. I say, okay. Might be a while, might probably make the team. So, whatever. So
Nothing
school
crazy.
ends. I walk down to the basketball gym and I open the door. I proceed to see a 6'4" man dunking the ball. I proceed to close the door and call my mom and say, hey ma, come pick me up. Just really quickly, I need you to pick me up. I need to go home. This isn't my thing anymore. I walked in there, saw that it was like a foot shorter than everybody else, and left. I didn't talk to the coach. I didn't talk to any of the players. Walked in and gave up and went home.
You still
We
could have.
probably would win the team, Luke. I don't think I would have. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think I would have. I then said, you know what? This whole video game thing is kind of my. I think I'm gonna stick to what I know.
That is so sad.
And I never looked back. I really didn't ever look back. And my mom picked me up, and I went home, and I said, Ma, the NBA is not happening. I hate to tell you, I'm not buying you a house anytime soon. I'm so sorry. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, every aspiration was crushed the second I opened that door. I was like, well,
Did you
time to
like end
go.
up going to another sport after that, or you're
No,
just
I
like
quit
I'm
sports
done?
entirely. That was the end of my sports career, actually.
Okay, got it.
Football was done. Basketball was done. I couldn't even play tennis. It was all crushed. So
So sad.
yeah, the team had some terrible players, bro. You could have been one of them. That's true. I could have been. That's true. Maybe I would have been great. You know, maybe I should have tried my best. But
What could have
no.
been?
What could have
What
been?
could have
What
been?
could have been? You know.
Really?
But hey, here we
Well,
are.
true.
A
I'm now
different road. But yeah, but
gonna tell a
back to
story.
you. Mike, back to
Yeah,
you now.
this one I'm really excited to tell. But it's also gonna expose me because okay, I was a really weird kid. I still am a little bit weird. Everyone's a little bit weird. That's okay. But when I was younger, this is the story of the time I took my cat on a walk. Okay, outside. So, wait,
Riveting.
just wait, just wait. Okay, so.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Okay, my cat Buddy, who when we showed like all the photos, he was in there. That was like when I first got him. He's still alive, so don't worry. He's 13.
Shout out.
But shout out, Buddy. But whenever I first got him and he was little, I saw everyone taking their dog on walks. And I didn't have a dog at the time. I had a cat. And I wanted to be able to experience that same joy. So I was like, I am going to take my cat on a walk. And I had a harness and a leash for my cat already because I had taken my cat to school one time. That's besides the point. So, need a leash and harness for him so he could go to school with me. And so I went to go take my cat on a walk. And we go outside and we're going down the driveway. And everything was fine at first, but then when we got to the bottom of the driveway, that was when he wanted to stop and he laid down. And I was like, okay, well, you might be done, but I'm not done. I want to keep going. So I picked my cat up and I held him like a little baby. And I was like, okay, we're just going to continue our walk like this. That's fine. And so, go. And at my old house, I lived in like a cul-de-sac area. So I'm going and I'm like walking down towards the cul-de-sac. And I can see at one of the houses has their two dogs outside. They had two dogs. I think they were Weimaraners. You know that breed of dog. They had Weimaraners. And those dogs were insane. Those dogs were crazy. And I knew that I was going to have to get by them. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to walk by them and hope that nothing happens. Well, I'm holding my cat like this. And the dogs start freaking out. And they're barking at my cat. And so this obviously scares my cat. So my cat does like a barrel roll in my arm. And one of his back claws ends up scratching me like right under my eye. I still have like really like little teeny tiny scar that kind of just like folds in with my like what are they? My wrinkles of my eye bags.
Yeah.
But he ends up slicing like right under my eye, and I can feel blood start to like fall down the side of my face. And I'm like, okay, well, these dogs are freaking out. My cat is freaking out. I'm bleeding right now, but I can't lose my cat. So I pick my cat up and I hold him like a little baby. And I'm like, okay, well, I guess our walk is over at this point.
Yeah.
And so I turn around and I go to start walking towards my house. And I see that my neighbors are outside. And at this point, I'm like, well, I know that. Oh my god, that's my mom in the chat. They were Vizslas. Period. Thank you, Mom, for correcting me.
Is Pick Duck W? Is that your mother?
Yeah, because I went to
Shout
Pitt,
out.
my brother goes to Duquesne, and I go to WVU right now.
Oh my goodness, the
Shout
combination.
out, Mom!
Shout out, Mom.
Shout
Let's
out,
hand your
Mom.
hand in chat. Big up.
Exactly. But so I see my neighbors are outside and I'm holding my cat and I have blood coming down my face and I'm literally standing in front of my house. And I remember just like staring at them because I'm like, they're gonna notice me that I'm outside and that I have blood on my face right now.
Yeah.
I need to make sure that they don't notice me and that they don't say anything and that they like don't tell my mom or anything. So I turn my back to them and I basically shuffle up my driveway and I go into my house and I let my cat go and then I have to go in the bathroom and I have to clean the blood off my face because my entire face is covered in blood because I wanted to take my cat on a walk.
Yeah, it really got out of hand, didn't it?
It did, and I thought my cat would be fine with it because Well, also I thought he would enjoy it, but also like this is kind of a side story with that. In my photos in the beginning, there's a picture of my cat and like a baby stroller,
Yeah.
and that is because I had like a bunch of baby dolls, and so I had a stroller for them. But my cat would sit in that stroller, and he like loved it. And so I would take my cat, and I would like go around my house, and I would have him in the stroller with me, like following him around. But then I got to a point where this makes me feel really bad, but I like my cat enjoyed it. My cat would like sleep in the stroller sometimes.
Oh.
I would have him like in the stroller, and I would be doing like full sprinting laps around my house with him in the stroller, and I would have my mom's MP3 player, and I would listen to Black Eyed Peas while I'm like while I'm sprinting around the house with my cat in a stroller, and I thought it was like the greatest thing ever. So I was like,
Ever.
next step from that is a walk,
Yeah.
obviously. But he didn't
Duh.
like that, so I never tried it again.
Well, maybe we should try it one more time. I think a Morgantown catwalk would go really well.
No,
Bring
no,
it to a, bring it
no,
to
it
a
would
frat. Bring it to a frat.
not.
Um,
No.
no, okay. So, Gabe, am I able to pull up a screen share of PPG Paint? PPG Paint, what? Paint? Like the Microsoft? Like, yeah, like, yes. Oh my goodness, we had to do Discord videos. Anyway, I was gonna give you all layout of the house. Okay, so back when I was a wee lad, right? This is a horror story. Okay, I'm gonna dim the lights.
Ooh.
Okay, so
Scary! It's so
back when I was a
scary.
wee lad, okay, I'm in my childhood home, right? Um, I have just gotten up from a deep nap. Okay, it is the middle of the night, so I wouldn't call it a nap. I was actually asleep, but I was awoken by nothing. I just kind of woke up. I thought to myself, I'm quite thirsty. Allow me to go to the kitchen to grab a glass of water. Right. I get up. The house is dark. No one's awake. Okay. Um, and I walk into my bedroom. I share I'm a twin, so I have a double bunk bed with me and my sister. I'm top bunk, she bottom bunk, right? So I climb down the ladder, okay, and I
Yeah.
walk out of my room, and my room is in the back of the hallway, okay. So we have hallway. It's an L shape, okay. At the end of the L, it's me. Middle L is my older sister who no longer lives there, and at the all the other end is my mother and my father's room, okay.
Okay.
So the kitchen is on the other side of the house. So I had to cross the other side of the house. Okay. I think this was either a dream, maybe my first ever lucid dream because it felt real. Okay. I walk in my room.
Okay.
And I'm walking in the hallway. Okay. And I kid you not, I literally just like fall to the ground and I'm like paralyzed. Like I'm like a vegetable. I just get frozen shut. Right. And um, I had realized that actually my dad was still up and he was in the living room and I could see him on the couch, right? And I tried to yell dad, but I'd yell and I'd be like, right? It was so weird. I don't know what was going on. And I couldn't yell. And I was like at the door of my parents' room and the dining hall, bro. The dining room was like to my left, bedroom to my right, and then in front of me was the living room. So I see my dad watching TV. I'm trying to call for him and I can't. And from the dining room, I watched this like ghost aspiration something old man who allegedly also the house we lived in. Old man had died in his house. Okay, he like died in his bed. And I see him like walk into my mother's bedroom, my mother and father's bedroom, where she's sound asleep, and homie just like makes himself at home, just hops under the damn blanket, just like starts miming next to my mother, and I'm like trying to help her out. I'm like, be careful, and I can't say anything because I can't speak. And I look over at my dad, and my dad like he's like looking at me, but he can't like see me. I'm like invisible or something. Don't know.
Okay.
And kids lying for attention. No, bro, swear on my life this happened. I think it was just like I'm pretty sure it's like a lucid dream because obviously I don't really believe in ghosts. But I'm pretty sure it's like a lucid dream of some sort. But it was very scary. I was quite scarred as a kid, and I remember asking my sister because she was bottom bunk at the time. I was like, "Do you remember anything weird happening last night?" And she was like, "No." Like, okay, well you're useless. But yeah, no, it was really really weird, and I think it was a lucid dream because it felt real, but obviously like
Yeah.
ghost in the house, hopping in bed, like, come on, man. But it was quite fun. It was an
Spooky.
interesting experience. I don't know what to tell you, but Very, very, very spooky. Very spooky. Will
That is
say.
very spooky. Oh my
But
gosh.
anyway, lights back on. So let's get the mood back.
Do
But yeah,
you
no, it
have
was
any more
very interesting.
stories?
But yeah, great stories we had
Wait,
there. Wonderful
mhm,
stories. We'll
they
say.
were good stories. Do you have any more? Or are you good?
Not really. Only ones I have are like I don't know. I don't really do much as a kid or nor really in high
Mhm.
school. So all my fun stories now are just, yo, how do you have that emote? Are you subbed to my Twitch?
Oh,
I don't recall that. Anyway,
that's
drop
awesome.
dropping the it's just fate emote in chat. But um, yeah, that's really all I got. Do you have any more?
I don't think. Tell them about when you used to be a cheerleader.
Bro, I did powder puff once. That's high school though. That was like junior year of high
Okay.
school. Um, really not much to that. I just did powder puff. It was very fun. I will say that. Uh,
Mhm.
and I was a back. What's it called? It's like you're in the back. You're holding up a leg. Base. I was a base. Is that the word? Is that the term for it?
I
Yeah.
didn't do
Let's
cheer.
see the video. He's a powder puff girly. I do have the video of my routine, but it's like
Oh,
5 minutes long, and I ain't pulling it up. I hate to tell you. Willow's seen it though. Willow, wasn't it good? It was really good. Yeah, but I had like lipstick on. I had like little like red and black
okay.
dots. I was going on.
Who is this diva?
I was not afraid of because there's some guys who were like, no, I don't do no lipstick. That's weird, bro. Y'all weird. It's like, bro, like live a
You're
little, man.
saying that it
You
was
know,
not good.
live a
You're
little.
saying that it wasn't good.
Um, no, our routine was amazing. No, whoa, hey. Just because you've done some, actual real routines and dances doesn't mean you can knock mine. Okay. Just because you were in like a theater show doesn't mean you can knock mine. Okay. Mine was sick.
Don't
So,
knock a theater kid.
well, I'm not knocking a
Rise with the
theater
fellow
kid.
theater kids. I don't have any more stories though. I feel like all my
I don't really,
stories
yeah,
were
I don't know.
just like,
I'm kind of out of stories. The only childhood one I can really remember was the lucid dream, and then the only really high school one I
mhm,
can funnily recall was the basketball one. Theater kids rise, all rise, my goat.
yes. I was just an attention seeker at like
Was
any yeah, that's so good for clocking me. I am an attention seeker. I love attention. And so the only other like when I was in 4th grade, I used to go I used to go to classes and I
mm,
would not even my own. I would do it for my own class, but I would go to others that I wasn't even like participating in and
yeah.
I would go and I would perform like dances for them or I would like sing for them. And then I had like a 4th grade talent show and I was in like a little trio when I was in 4th grade, which did not go well. Trios never usually go well. But
Yeah, true.
I
That's
was in a
so
little
true. So
trio.
true.
I was in a little trio and we would like we would go and we would do these dances and stuff. But then for 4th grade, we had a talent show and I like choreographed this whole little dance
Oh,
for us and we all had matching outfits that we performed at the 4th grade talent show. But and sometimes I would also I in case you don't know this about me. I know that you do, but I love my birthday. My birthday is my favorite thing in the whole entire world because it's the day that's all about me and I've never met anyone with the same birthday as me. So, I love my birthday so much.
when's your
And
birthday?
sometimes November 27th. I have
All
the
right,
same
hold on.
birthday as Bill Nye the Science Guy.
I was about to look up famous birthdays on that day.
Bill Nye the Science Guy and I
Um,
have the same birthday. But
wow.
sometimes I would just pretend that it was my birthday and I would make people say happy birthday to me because I liked when people would say happy birthday to me, so I would just be like, "It's my birthday." It wasn't,
Heck
but then
yeah.
they would go and they'd say happy
Wow. So
birthday
you
to
really
me.
were just like a narcissist.
That is not a narcissist. That is not what that is at all.
Attention,
I
just
just
a little attention seeker. Just can't get enough. Center of attention.
yeah, there's saying that it's my birthday is like a little white lie. Okay? I wouldn't go and I wouldn't like sit there and like make them sing me happy birthday or I wouldn't go and like make them get me gifts. I just wanted to hear them
Yeah.
say happy birthday to me.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. So I would like to also point out you do share the birthday with also Bruce Lee and also Jimi Hendrix. And
Okay.
also who is Sam Goldbatch?
From Sam and
Oh my
Colby.
goodness, Sam and Colby. Sam and Colby,
On
you and
YouTube.
you and Sam share the exact same birthday. Look at that.
Yay!
Heck
Okay,
yeah.
well there's people that obviously have the same birthday as me. I've never met someone in real life has the same
Oh,
birthday.
you
He's
never
like
met Bill Nye, the science
face to
guy,
face.
nor Bruce Lee?
No,
Really?
unfortunately, I haven't had the opportunity to go and do that. So,
Darn. That
so were you
sucks.
one of those kids that wore knee braces for attention in middle school? No, I never took it that
That's
far
something you
because
would so do.
no,
Oh
I never
goodness.
did. No, I would never do that because even though I loved attention, I was friends with someone who did that. I could, no, I could see from a mile away, I'd be like, that's embarrassing. That's really embarrassing because you have to live with that through the whole day. I can do simple
That's
things
true.
out of my own free will. I can say, hey, say happy birthday to me. They would say happy birthday to me, and then I would move on with my life. It was that simple.
Yeah. I would like to point out earlier you were making fun of Peyton List because you were saying that she sucks, and I wanted to say that
No, I was not saying
me
Peyton
and her
List.
share the same birthday, so just putting it out there.
I
Me
was
and
not
Peyton
saying
List.
Peyton List. I was saying Debbie Ryan. Get it right.
Oh, you were saying Debbie Ryan. That is
Yeah,
true.
yeah. You don't know your
Yeah.
Disney Channel stars.
I don't. I got them
My
confused.
Radio Rebel.
Fate passes out for attention in the hair salons, bro. I do not do that. It's real. I swear, it's real. It's real. I just do that. I don't know why, but 3 times I have passed out in a barber or salon chair. Couldn't tell you why. Usually because they're early in the day and I forget to eat breakfast, and then I don't know why, but like just sitting there getting my haircut, I just be like, just passing out. I'm like, it's really annoying actually, but yeah, no, it's not for attention,
That's
okay?
crazy.
Swear.
That's crazy.
Um, yeah, but no, it is quite sharp. But anyway, moving on to our next segment here. Story time was quite amazing. I will say that.
Mhm.
Would we have been friends in high school? I guess I think these pictures are from
No,
high school. No?
that was a
What are they
joke. I
from?
don't know.
Oh, okay. I'm pretty sure.
No,
Yeah,
they are from high
mine's
school.
mine's from sophomore year of high school, or junior year of high school, and I don't know when yours is
Mhm.
from.
Mine
Biggie,
is. I
biggie,
did the same
biggie
year.
over here. Needs his food or else he passes out. Okay, dude. So 2023, it's just fate. Sitting in history
Mhm.
class, got the perm actually a little bit. It's kind of grown out a little bit there, but
Okay.
then we also have Miss Emily over here with the frog hat. Big up the frog hat.
Yeah, that's what my Discord picture, my profile picture, is based off of. That is me.
Ah,
Also, my junior year of high school, I was in my
yes.
best friend's car, and she had a frog hat. If you can't tell, I had the underbits of my hair were dyed
Oh, I
blue for
see
a
that
while,
now.
but then they were also purple, and I
Yeah.
had my crystal necklace on.
Heck yeah.
Wow.
So that
And
that
I wore
clown earlier
eyeliner
that had
every
the
day.
purple hair, that actually was you in the
Yeah,
picture.
yeah,
That
that
actually
was
was
me.
you. Wow, that's
Yeah,
incredible.
that was me.
It's really just making the
Mhm.
whole alibi just way stronger. But um, see, I don't know. If I'm being honest, I didn't really have many like in high school, I'd say my whole friend
Mhm.
group was probably like 3 people, and it wasn't that like I just didn't have friends. I don't know. I rock with a small friend group, and every time I've had a big friend
Mhm.
group, something happens and it's catastrophic. Um, so I don't know. It's always just the
Okay.
worst. Um, were you very? Did you have a lot of friends in high school?
So throughout high school, I was like a floater is what I was. Is for He's the common denominator
No, I'm
for sure.
not, bro. I
It sounds
swear.
like it's a you problem, really, because in my junior year of high school, I did have a big friend group. I did. Um, and for the most part, it was fine, but then eventually I decided to leave the friend group because I just didn't care for it anymore. So I left. But that was
Yeah.
me choice. Anyways, in high school, I was like a floater. I was kind of like people knew who I was, and I was like nice to everyone in
Yeah,
school.
you were
But
the
then
cast girl. You were the birthday girl. Every day
I
it's her
yeah,
birthday.
yeah, my
Yeah.
birthday every single
hmm
day. No. No, I just like I was a floater and I had people that knew who I was, but also like I would eat lunch sometimes in my teachers' rooms because I loved school and I love my teachers and I just want to be able to talk to them more.
Yeah.
Um,
Teacher's
but
pet. I
also
get it.
like yeah. But also uh like outside of school I would really only hang out with like one or two people because when I hang out with
So
people
true.
I have a very like specific vibe that I go for when I hang out with people. Like
Yeah.
during this era, my favorite thing to do, I was going to Barnes and Noble every single day, buying like literally like every book ever. I would go to Starbucks with my best friend, and it's still my order. I would get an iced chai with sweet cream vanilla cold foam, and I would slurp that down, and we would go
Oh
and we
my
would read books
god.
together.
Crazy shout on the iced chai. I love an iced chai from Starbucks. I get it every single time.
Yes,
Iced chai is so bomb.
so good.
I get a vanilla iced chai every single time. It's so good.
Oh my gosh,
Um,
I loved if you get like the sweet cream vanilla cold foam, it makes it taste like you're drinking like a gingerbread cookie. It's so
oh,
good.
I loved it. Oh my goodness,
It's so
back when
good.
it was like fall, the pumpkin spice chai.
I
Just
love chai. I
me
love
too. I really do. Actually, my first semester here at WU, I used to
chai.
just hit up the dining hall every single morning and get a hot chai and like a chai
Okay.
latte in particular, and just
Mhm.
down that thing. Just like really just before my philosophy class every single day. I just was
Nice.
so good. Loved it. Um, but back on topic here. Would we have been friends? I would like to hear your opinion on this one.
My opinion, if I'm gonna be so for real, no, we would not have been friends in
I don't
high
think so
school.
either. I don't think so either.
We would, we
I
would
think
not
I
have
would have been
been
like that. I'm
friends
like,
in
this
high
girl's
school.
mad weird, bro. She's so weird. She
You
keeps telling me it's her
still, you
birthday.
said that.
She
You
still
still
thinks
think that I'm
every
weird.
day
Like,
she wants me to get her like a cupcake for her birthday. It's twice this week already. I don't know, like,
hmm
and she broke her arm kicking
yeah,
her dad. You know, that's just lame. I can't be friends with that.
yeah.
You know,
I
so
would just think you're a loser, and I don't surround myself with
hmm
losers. So
sure.
I would not be friends with. I don't. I
Well,
don't
I
have
mean, I
that
don't
in
know.
my life.
I don't. I
So
mean, low key, like, I didn't really go to school much, especially my senior year. So you know, maybe I wouldn't have been around. You know,
okay,
I
we
wouldn't
definitely
have been
would not have
around.
been friends because I love school. Like even
Mm,
now, I love school. I love being in a classroom and like I love a classroom setting.
yeah,
So
average
if
English
you were
major
either
there.
the type that was not there or you would like distract the classroom, you would piss me off and you would be my mortal enemy.
Okay,
So,
I will say in this picture, that classroom, I was like, um, I don't know, I got an A in the class, but I definitely would just goof off all the time. I love that. Me and
okay,
that teacher, because I knew him, we were like tapped in. I had him the previous year, so he loved me.
okay.
And yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know. Yeah, I just like I don't know. I would okay. Obviously, I'm biased because it's me, and everyone thinks they're not the issue. But I wouldn't say I was the kid who was like I don't think I did it too much where I was like annoying, you know? Like if I needed to lock in, I'm locking in. Like, you know, if there was actually an assignment due and stuff was being done, I would do my assignment and do my work. Like I said, I got an A in the class.
hmm
But but if there was like a day where we're supposed to like read a book, get a load of this guy. I'm not reading no dang book,
You
bro.
you're
I'm
the
sitting there,
problem.
I'm playing
You're
chess
the
with my friend in the
problem.
back of the class and I'm giggling. And I'm being like, you know, not like
Yeah, and I'm
not like
turning
no
around and I'm
wait
telling you to
I
shut
wouldn't
up.
say here I want to say this not like English class where like the assignment is reading. I mean like no assignment today. Read your textbook. No, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not reading my textbook. So I don't know. I just like yeah I don't know. Issue for sure. Yeah, probably. I think if you interviewed
Yeah.
St. Albans High School back in the day, I think they'd probably say that kid was annoying. He was so annoying. Oh my god, I hated him. Um,
Mhm.
but I don't know, you know, whatever, you know, you win some, you lose some. What can you do?
We would, you know, we wouldn't have been friends then, and you know, we're acquaintances now, so we've
Exactly.
approved.
So we have improved. Yeah, it's been on the up and up. But moving on
Yeah,
from
exactly.
this one, what is next? I actually don't know what is
I think
next.
we're done.
Oh, we're done. That's it.
We
There we are.
did it.
Shout out,
We
shout
talked
out.
about our childhoods.
What a fun little episode. What a fun little episode
It
there.
was
Great
fun.
yeah, great stuff there. OMG a cat. Yes. Kitty. What's its
Yeah, I
name?
designed this.
You
So,
designed that, really?
um, yeah, I made these slides.
Everything? I thought it was like a template.
No.
Oh, that's amazing.
Thank you.
I thought it was like a theme on like whatever you were using.
No.
Oh, I guess it
I
is
mean,
Canva. Yeah, it's not really a
I
thing.
made it on
Wow.
Canva, but it's like you can take all the little elements and you like put them all together and you can animate them and like
Okay. Okay,
overall,
twin.
I made
Okay.
this.
My bad. All right,
Do we
heck
name the
yeah.
cat?
Yeah, what's the cat's name, chat? Chat help. Well, you can also just maybe name
Should we
yourself. 'cause
name
you
the
kind of-
cat?
Yeah, I think we named the cat, chat. What are we thinking? What are we? What's the vibes here? Flank. I
Flank.
flank. I love flank. Flank
Got
with a
flank.
yeah, Frank with a W. Flank. Flank
Flank.
over there.
Got
Flank.
flank here.
Flank. I feel like flank really rolls off the tongue. Flank.
Got flank here.
Like
And we're
Frank
doing
but flank. Yeah,
Chatterbox.
yeah. Like Frank but flank. Yeah. Gotta see with the accent too. Flank.
Flank. We got
Flank.
flank, and we're doing Chatterbox today. Another day,
Oh,
another
hello
victory
everybody.
for the
We have episode
OG.
4 on the Chatterbox today. What do we hear with Emily?
Mm-hmm.
We have Flank in the corner. We gonna talk about our childhood
Yes.
today. Okay, yeah, this is getting out of hand.
Exactly.
We need to end this episode. This is getting off. Yeah, this is getting bad. Anyway though, thank you all for tuning in today. Hope you had fun.
Yes.
I know I did. Emily hates being here. She hates me. But episode 5 coming out next
True.
Thursday. Be there. Shout out to everyone for coming in. Thank
Mhm.
you for the chat interaction. Much love.
Thank you.
Yeah, have fun. Have a good rest of your night and stay chatty. And we'll see you guys Thursday.